Hey everyone, welcome back to another lesson. So in this one, we're going to talk about F strings. Now, F strings are going to pretty much make your life a lot easier, and it's one of those things that you're going to be heavily using in your Python programs, and I strongly recommend you to learn this. Again, it's really nothing complicated about it, but it's going to take a bit of a rewiring to get used to it, especially because we've talked about printing and how you can actually display text. So this is a more convenient way to display text, and I'll show you why. So, think about it this way. When we are actually displaying text or like data on a page, we got to get a lot of different data types, right? We got a string, we got floats, we got all the integers and all that stuff, in booleans even, right? So we got all these different kind of data types, and when you actually want to display that data type, it's going to be like a little bit of a challenge to like convert all of that. Allow me to show you an example. For example, let's say we got a score here, and a score is 25, all right, and we got a distance, and the distance is, let's say, 1, or let's say 4.7. So that's a float. This is a integer, right? An integer we got up here, and then we got a float, and let's add a boolean too. How about that? So we can say winning equals true. There you go. So keep in mind the boolean, the true or false for the boolean needs to be capital, otherwise it's not going to work. It's not gonna work. So it's very important to remember true or false. It has to be like capital. All right, so just a little point for you there. So that's that. Let's say we want to print this, right? So the way we print this, we put print here like usually, and then we say your score is, and we have to create a plus, add a concatenation basically, and the str, because we need to turn the score into a string, right? So we're gonna say score, and then we're gonna say plus, and well, there you go. And yeah, so like we just add that, and then plus, we're gonna say and well, there you go, and your distance is, and we're gonna add a plus again, the concatenation sign, and then we're gonna add our distance, and obviously we gotta make it into a string. There you go. So there we go, we close this, and there you go. So just like that, we got our print, right? So if you run this again, we're just gonna get this, your score is 25 and this and that. So that is very simple, really, right? But the problem with this is that as you create more complicated programs, it's going to be really challenging for you to like continuously have the str or str, all that stuff, like try to convert the type each time you want to display a text. It's just extra coding. It's just like a lot of work, right? So there is a way to actually make this easier on yourself, and that is what we call an F string. So what is an F string? So F string is essentially designed to make it easy on you to simply just type something or display something. So all you got to do for an F string is to start with an F. That's it. And then you start writing your text, whatever you want. For example, I'm going to say your score is, and the way you actually insert data in an F string is very simple. You use curly brackets. All right, so that's very, very important. You got to use curly brackets. So like, take a look at this, just like that. You use a curly bracket. All right, so we use curly brackets. I'm going to say score. So that would be my score, right? And then, and your distance is, we're going to say distance. Here we go. Curly bracket, open, close. And you are winning. Man, let's add the boolean as well. So winning. Here we go. So obviously you want to add this into a print function. So I'm just going to say print, and just like that, we just add it into a print function. But again, the point here is that, you guys, that you make this extremely simple. So if I actually comment this out and run this, we're going to get the literally same result. Your score is 25 and your distance is 4.7 and you're winning true. That's the Boolean value that we just got here, right? So the point with the F string is to just make your life easier, and this is pretty much how we're gonna display data moving forward. This is just a more advanced and just simpler and cleaner way to do it. And instead of just like having to turn each data type into a string each time that we want to display it like this, you know, we just put it in the string outright using an F string. Very cool, very simple. It just makes your life a lot easier instead of having to code all this stuff. So I just wanted to point this out. F strings are very important, and the next video, which is a practice, you know, we're going to actually start using F strings and make a really interesting calculator, basically. Now that's it's going to be a little bit dark, but I thought it would be an interesting thing to actually create. And since we just learned about F strings, we can actually put them to use. Thank you so much, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. If not, I'll see you in the next one.